So here's the thing, most astrology content gets wrong about the moon. It's not just your feelings, it's how you survived childhood. It's your emotional blueprint, built before you even had language. It's not cute, it's not soft, it's not always conscious. Your moon sign is the part of you that got left alone the longest, so it figured out how to self-soothe, how to numb, how to keep going. This video isn't about surface-level traits, it's about the truth, the part of your moon sign you've never said out loud, but that you'll feel in your bones when you hear it. You act fast, loud, brave, but it's not confidence, it's protection. Aries moons learned early that if they didn't move, they'd get trampled emotionally. So now you react quickly to avoid pain, to keep control. Anger comes easier than vulnerability. Why? Because somewhere in your nervous system, you still believe that needing someone is dangerous. People think you're calm, grounded, unbothered, but that stillness, that's learned. Taurus moons often had to find emotional safety in their bodies through comfort, food, routine, because emotional chaos made them feel invisible. You crave peace, not because you're lazy, but because you once lived in a world that never gave you any. You're the one who turns pain into a punchline. Gemini moons intellectualize emotion because feeling it fully never felt safe. So you talk about your wounds instead of sitting in them. You shift, adapt, joke, analyze. But deep down, there's this aching loneliness because no one ever seems to stay long enough to understand what's underneath. Yes, you're nurturing, but you're also strategic. Cancer moons remember everything, every rejection, every time love walked out. You build emotional sanctuaries for other people while secretly wondering who will do the same for you. You're not clingy, you're terrified of being forgotten. You shine, you lead, you light up the room. But Leo moons, you perform for love, not because you're fake, but because somewhere along the line, you learned that being lovable meant being impressive. You glow, but sometimes you just want to be held in the dark and loved without needing to prove anything. You come off collected, controlled, but Virgo moons are emotional overthinkers, not because you don't feel, but because feeling without fixing is unbearable. You micromanage your world when you feel unsafe, and most of the time, you're not asking for help because you don't want to be a burden. You know how to keep everyone comfortable. Libra moons were often raised to believe their needs disrupted harmony. So now, you become the emotional regulator. You're the one making peace. But who's making peace for you? There's a loneliness in being the one who always knows what everyone else needs. You feel everything, but you rarely show it. Scorpio moons love deeply, but trust slowly. Your emotional depth is often mistaken for intensity, but it's really about survival. You test people because betrayal isn't just painful, it's familiar. And when you finally let someone in, it's because they've earned a kind of loyalty most people never will. You need space, freedom, movement. But Sagittarius moons run from what they don't know how to hold. Joy is your language, but sometimes it's your distraction. Underneath the optimism is grief you never fully processed. You laugh while your heart quietly breaks. If you stop moving, you're afraid the sadness will catch up. You look unbothered, steady, but Capricorn moons were parentified early. You were expected to be the strong one, the mature one, the one who didn't need. So now, even when you're falling apart, you do it behind closed doors. You carry your own weight, and secretly, everyone else's too. You're cool, cerebral, composed, but Aquarius moons detach because the emotions they felt early on were just too overwhelming. So you climbed into your head. You understand everyone, but feel misunderstood yourself. What you crave isn't space. It's to be known without needing to explain why you are the way you are. You feel everything, even what's not yours. Pisces moons are emotional sponges, and when it gets too loud, you disappear. Not because you don't care, but because your boundaries dissolve under pressure. You dream, you love, you believe. But you're also tired of being the emotional dumping ground for people who don't even notice you're drowning. So, what do we do with this information? We stop shaming our moon signs. We stop calling ourselves too much or too sensitive or too cold. We start understanding that what we built wasn't broken. It was brilliant. It saved us. But now we get to rewrite the story. Your moon sign will always be a part of you, but it doesn't have to run the show forever. If this resonated, share it with someone whose moon sign you just described. And if you want more content like this, readings that go way deeper than surface traits, subscribe, follow a Celestra Astrology, and join a community that actually gets you. This is just the beginning.